It's the reunion special part 1. It's the Real Housewives of Orange County. These accusations are severe, but not as severe as these spray tans. Let's get it started.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
That was Kelly, or was it?
Booger sugar.
Booger sugar.
So, I can't feel my face. That's an insinuation for
Sniff, sniff.
cocaine. We're just gonna say it flat out because that's what the show's about.
Yep.
We're keeping it real. It's the Real Housewives of Orange County after show for AfterBuzz TV. I'm your host, Hollywood Leon. I have my panel, not my full panel, but I have my panel with me.
Yes. We are here tonight to talk about Real Housewives. I'm Thomas Erlina. Follow me everywhere at Thomas Erlina.
Hey guys, super excited to chat tonight. I'm Maite Carrillo. Excited. Let's do this.
You guys, it's been quite a journey. We had the Housewives here last week. It was quite an episode.
Crazy.
Jesus, everybody. We were just so crazy, so excited. We ran out. We didn't even get to our segments.
I know.
News, tweets, nothing.
We didn't
We
get
have
to
a lot
anything.
to do tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight we have to make up for it. So
Yes.
we promise everything is juicy tonight. Everything is fully loaded. Thomas conjured up some tweets.
Wow there.
Maite has some stuff up her sleeve. I brought in a picture of Matt. I
What?
brought in yes. So
You
we have,
found it?
I have found. There's only like 3 pictures of this hunk on the internet. We
Oh my
found
goodness.
it. Let's kick it off. We have a lot to talk about.
Fashion.
It's the reunion special part 1. But let's talk about what they're wearing.
Hey.
Oh! On the dance floor. Yes. Okay. Let's talk about.
Who goes first? What do we
Let's
do?
talk about. Let's start positive because we're positive pollies around here.
I'll start it off then.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no, because I already know who you're going to say.
Well, I actually changed my decision like minutes before coming on live because
Who's
as
best
much
dressed?
as I loved all of their outfits, I would say my best dressed is Vicki Gunvalson. I love the styling
I
of
love
it.
the color. I don't like the fit or the styling. I
The
love
fit,
the color.
it's just so different. I know, like,
Hmm.
you know, it's not a safe look, and
Is
I know
it
she
that
kind of went for
different?
it. Yeah, because one side is like the
It
way
looks
that
like
it
Megan
looks.
wore it a couple seasons ago.
It sure does, and the same color
Who?
too.
Megan? Megan?
Last
Remember
season.
her?
Kidding.
Megan? I don't
Props
know
to
her.
Vicki. I love that color on her. It worked.
Okay, Maite?
Okay, for me, I have to say out of everyone, it's definitely Kelly. She looks sophisticated, like a straight up cougar.
She doesn't look like Little
high-end.
Red Riding Hood?
No, I actually like this look on her. And her makeup looks so good.
Her makeup looked great.
Okay. So for me, it's going to be such a surprise because everybody knows who my faves are. You know, everyone knows who I usually go for. I'm not biased when it comes to the breakdown. I just keep it real. But everyone knows who I like and who I don't like.
Emily.
No, I'm actually going to go for best dressed Shannon Beador.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I think she looks really, really clean and chic.
It
It's
is.
not overdone. Like, Tamra could have been clean and chic, but instead she did triple-fied bronzer on the spray tan.
Oh my
It's
God.
very severe. The dress could have been cute, like a little cha-cha dress.
You know, the dress was cute in the
but
shape.
the makeup doesn't go with it. It's
I think
nighttime.
it was the color that didn't do her justice here. Because,
don't
like,
know.
black to a reunion. I
couldn't-
know she said she didn't wear black to the reunion ever, but I mean, it would have been nice to see it in color.
I don't
couldn't.
know.
I mean, the only thing I kept staring on was all that glitter that she had on her chest. It was like purple, and it kept
No,
standing
it was
out.
the severity of the spray tan. That was shadowing.
But they added glitter on it too. It was just too.
They wanted to add
much.
some lightness to it to bring it to life. She looked like, oh, it was just not good. All right, well, since we're just slipping right into the negative, let's talk about worst dress. I'm going to go, even though I love her and she was here last week, Gina. It is too much for the eye. It's very Party City. She is a sweetheart and I love her to death. And, you know, we went out for sushi. We're friends.
Your BFFs.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I have to keep it real. I don't like the dress. I don't like. Well, it looks like the sequin theme just kept going from the birthday party.
I think the sequin is cute. I think it could have been a little bit more sexier. It's an okay dress for me.
It was just a little too much. The big hair, the big makeup, like you can literally see every color of her eyeshadow. And then on top of that, it was just the sequence of all
if
her
you're gonna
dress.
get the dress, clean makeup, right?
Clean makeup, yeah. Or you know what? Just have it pop. I love big hair, but just you're right. Like it could have been a little bit more sexier.
Yeah,
like,
she has a great
work
body.
it.
Okay, so we got into it. We don't mean no harm, but honorable mention to Emily. I feel like she looks classic, and I think she's just gorgeous in general. But they all look beautiful. But we're just voting here, so
Yes.
I'm not a fan of Emily's hair.
the half up, half
The
down.
half up, half down.
It's very
yeah.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, because then she wore like it was kind of like open from the side, so it was just a little bit too much.
I just feel like she looked classic. It was like a classic kind of.
So she maybe kept it safe?
The fit was perfect
was
on her.
safe.
Yeah, the fit was perfect on her. I thought she looked great.
Yeah, I thought she looked classic. All right, we're going to move
just the
on.
hair.
It's just fashion. We have a lot to talk about. We open up with a fabulous montage reminding us that the season wasn't that boring, you guys.
You know what? I think the reunion made up for the whole season. Like this reunion, they jam-packed that first episode, you know? They even moved it a night to kind of shuffle things around.
Jesus.
We didn't even know about that.
Stop trying to shove Dirty John down our throats, Bravo. Jesus.
You know what?
I thought it was a great montage, though. It just, like, really reminded us, like, honestly, because people were still talking shit on Twitter. They were saying, like, you know, this is just so boring, and I'm just glad the reunion's great because the season was boring. The montage reminded us that it was pretty good, for my opinion.
But
And
it
it's-
was,
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
on.
It was like montages of like seasons past, not just this season.
You're very right
so
about
every
that.
single time someone took out something dirty, it was like, yeah, but look at season
What
10.
it was actually is Maite is totally right, and that's exactly what we're going to get into.
Yes.
This entire episode is the journey of Vicki Gunvalson. We're not only going to just talk about her and explain her entire journey, because that's what the show did tonight. We really didn't even talk about any other housewives. We'll get into Kelly, we'll get into Gina, but we really do talk about Vicki for like the first 30 minutes of the episode. We talk about everything. But for now, we talk about how we introduced 2 new housewives. We revisit with the 3 amigas, and we go through the journey of how Vicki wasn't in the best place with these ladies, and now she is.
I
So
feel
they're
like
moving forward.
that's kind of crazy. It's interesting that it was about Vicki and Kelly in the first episode, because I think like the whole season wasn't about them. I think it was a lot about Shannon. I think it was a lot with Tamra and Eddie, and like out of nowhere, the first episode we're talking about Vicki and
none
Kelly.
of them feel the same way that they felt on the episode. They don't feel the same way now on the reunion. Like they all have different opinions about Vicki and Steve.
And they're all attacking each other too on social media.
It's
like
really
last week,
strange.
yeah, like Tamra was attacking Emily. I really wanted to bring that up too, but
And-
Emily was like, "I am not having it with her." Like,
And didn't Emily and Gina say here at AfterBuzz that Kelly and Vicki were like went to dinner?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
they
they said online that they had gone to dinner after the reunion, and people were like, "Oh, it was for ratings."
I'm just like I really
confusing.
don't know. Okay, let's keep going. They're whooping it up. Tequila. As we continue down the Vicki journey, Gina jumps in and she's like, "Hold on, I know I look like I'm going to Studio 54, but you said that you don't want to be that girl, you know." So Kelly jumps in immediately, letting Vicki know, "I'm on to you, and I'm gonna come for you."
I like that move on her part, because that's like what you need to do in a
Because you're
reunion.
letting them know. You're letting
Yeah.
them know, like, I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
Get ready, because I'm going to come for you.
And for somebody new, that was
That's what I was
surprising,
gonna say,
right?
yeah.
I love that.
She's like, "Oh, don't you know the hypocrisy with Vicki?
She didn't,
Don't you know?"
Yeah. She didn't hold back. She was like, "Oh wait, don't mean to interrupt, but I'm gonna interrupt you, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think."
yeah, you have to get it in,
Vicki's
or you
like,
can't,
"Shut
or
up,
you
Kelly."
will never.
What did she call her, an instigator, or what did she say? I can't remember, but
I don't
She
know.
just kept alluding to the fact that she was being a hypocrite.
yeah, a hypocrite.
We talk about Steve, and even Emily jumps in, and she's like, "I think that they're great together." And Kelly jumps in. "How do you know? Are you like there for the relationship? Like you can't just jump in right now because the water is hot." And Kelly's like, "Look, I'm coming after Vicki. If
She
you are
was.
going to be in the line of fire, you're going to be shot. Back up, girl. Back up."
She did back up though,
She did back up,
which
because
was good for her to do. Because she
she's
played
just-
kind of like the mediator
She's
in
ready to
between all of
go.
them.
She's ready to go, and we're just really, we talk about everything. We talk about Dawn, the insurance, and how they have like the whole life insurance on him, and we have all the ladies pretty much validate the Steve and Vicki relationship, which is a new moon compared to what we saw on camera. I mean, Tamra even brought up Brooks.
Wait, I
in
have
the
a
show.
question. Are we gonna see Steve at this reunion? Are the husbands gonna come out?
I don't
Is
know.
Shane gonna come out?
They showed no preview. I know the answer to the second part of your question.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything. I obviously have my sources.
I mean,
now.
it's 3 parts, so they would have to bring out Shane. They would have to bring out
I
people.
love how the preview was just for what we saw. Like, we don't even know what's going to happen next episode. Did we see a preview for next episode? You know I'm brain dead all the time.
No, they didn't give it. I mean, I watched it yesterday.
I'm on overload. I have to do Atlanta after this, and it was a double episode.
Yeah.
Sorry about the confusion. Yeah, so, yeah, let's...
We're just hoping that the husbands come out on the reunion.
That would be so
Exactly.
interesting what Shane has to say. Because
That
I
would be
feel like
fun.
he does have.
Well, there was a lot about the couples this season.
Yeah.
And the couples...
And Eddie?
couples...
Oh my God. And Eddie, like, seeing Shannon, like, what is Shannon going to think now that Eddie is.
Well,
Thinks this way of.
well, it's been like a couple seasons now that he's been very vocal about Shannon. I think, right? Especially, I think it started last season.
Kind of, yeah.
Well,
I just hope
it's-
that they
it's
come
very
out.
much about the couples. So,
Yeah.
you know, some of them are suggesting counseling. Some people have said, oh, well, counseling helped us. That's where the relationships are really, really coming into play. Premarital counseling. Kelly reveals Steve doesn't even want to get married. You know, he's just happy to be with her. And Vicki kind of says, very faintly, well, you know, this is kind of true. And then we get into Steve's history. That's when Emily jumped in and said, oh, well, I've seen the relationship, so we kind of derailed. But we were on to something really hot right there. Vicki actually agreed and said, well, yeah, that's kind of true. Steve's been married 3 times.
He just doesn't want to go through the process again. I think that he loves Vicki. It's very apparent, but I just don't think he wants to go through the process again, and I think that's what Vicki wants.
Well, she was playing it very hard tonight, going, yeah, oh, we're only going to get married if it's right. And if it, I don't want to get divorced again.
It's like she's switching her stories
switches
every
all the
single
time.
episode. It's like one minute you're asking him to marry you, and the next minute you're like, we have to do couples therapy
She's
beforehand.
very smart. She's very smart. I feel like it's, I don't want to say calculated because some of it has to be on the fly. You know what I mean? When you come up with these decisions to just come after somebody. You know what I mean? It's tit for tat for sure, but Vicki just cuts deep and twists the knife,
If
you
people
know?
come for her, she will do that. And
She straight up tells you, though. Like, I'm going to come for you. Like, you come for me, I'm going to hit back. Like,
she got a lot of hate on social media. We'll get into the tweets later, so
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Well, let's keep going. Vicki says she's going to even come after Brooks. This is what I'm talking about. I feel like sometimes it's calculated things she's going to say, and then sometimes I feel like she's just running her mouth. I feel like she's just running her mouth. I don't think she came into the reunion trying to accuse Kelly of cocaine. I think it was just she was getting fed up with like the fat comments and the butt comments. Right before that, Kelly was talking about, she's like, turn around and talk about your butt. Huh? And I feel like she just needed to like jab her really
She
hard.
did.
But it was like meaningless stuff in comparison
totally,
to her
totally.
saying that she accusing her of cocaine. Like
That's why Kelly said,
really?
isn't it insanity that I said something about your butt and you're talking about me doing drugs?
Yeah.
And Vicki was like, well, you come for me, I'm going to come for you. It's very black and white. We saw it play it out on the show. What I just can't believe is how we're letting her kind of get away with it.
Has she gotten away with it?
I
Do you
don't know.
think that this
Everyone's
is gonna
going really
be-
crazy. Here's the thing, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm very much Team Kelly when it comes to this, just because I think Vicki was wrong from the beginning. If you go back to the very beginning of the season, she broke girl code. It's like when you come to court without clean hands, the judge is not going to care what has happened to you because basically you put yourself in that situation / you instigated the situation.
Right.
You broke girl code, therefore you started off bad.
Well, a lot of people have been saying online too that Vicki was never really Kelly's friend. She needed a friend in that season, that she was on the outs with the other women.
That's still breaking girl code though.
It's
Like
still
if
breaking
you're
girl code.
all hanging
And
out
you know what?
together,
I feel for
like,
Kelly because I feel like she's right back season 1 where she started.
by herself.
That hurt again. You know what I mean? The other girls are just watching. Tamra's going, ooh, oh, just sitting there.
Shannon
Because
is
she's
too.
been in that position before.
Shannon looked actually mortified of what was coming out of Vicky's
There
mouth.
were
yeah,
some
she
moments
did.
that she was. When she mentioned the whole cocaine
why can't you just be
situation,
like,
yes.
stop? You know, you look ridiculous right now. Stop it.
I think she just wants to be on good terms with Vicki.
Caroline Manzo, that shit. You know what I mean? Just be like, stop it. Just stop right
It's like
there.
they're all trying to control themselves, like the Tres Amigas, and they're all trying to just
they're not
stay
trying
within
to
their
control
tribe.
When they
anything.
asked her if she was going to get married, and Tamra
It's
laughed, and
just
then it was like
amigas,
next
but
season.
it's just amigas, but they're on 3 separate islands. They're not even real friends. Come on, you guys.
They just
If
make
They
it
had a
seem
lot
that
of
way.
underlying issues.
I know they would have all stuck up for each other. It was
No, they
really
didn't.
interesting to watch tonight. I feel like the ones who really had the real friendship were sitting across from the couch.
Yeah.
I could feel Gina and
Gina and
Emily's
Emily.
energy like really getting together. I feel Kelly was by herself, and that's what made me feel sorry for her. But I have to say this because there's going to be a small percentage of people out there that are not going to be on Kelly's side. You know what I mean? I was watching it with someone at home, my boyfriend, and he was watching it, and he said about Kelly, oh, look at her crying. I just want to go up to her and said what she said to Shane. Oh, you little bitch, you little twerp.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, whoa, that is crazy. And he
That
was
is
like,
crazy.
but it just shows there's so many different opinions out there.
I want to know what Heather Dubrow thinks.
Well, she probably feels the same way
Oh,
he
she would
does.
be mortified. No, she'd be mortified.
I felt
that
really bad for Kelly. I felt horrified for her. She's a mom, and the whole drug situation, it's just a low blow. And that's what I told him. I said, don't you think it's just a low blow? And he was just like, he feels
So
like
did
they've
we-
all been dirty before.
Do we think she's the new Phaedra? Because that's what people are saying.
You know what though? For Phaedra, I have to say that before the reunions were aired, we
This-
already
that
knew
was sexual
we already
sexual
knew that she
assault.
wasn't gonna come back. But for this time around, it's like, okay, Vicki needs to own up to it and kind of just be
We'll
gone.
talk about the news and how Kelly's threatening. Don't go anywhere. We're going to still get into it. We still have to talk about. Then all of a sudden Gina jumps in. You know, Andy's like, I've had enough of Vicki. We're all gonna really get into the whole cocaine thing. For now, she's just being vile by saying blah blah blah. You look like a baboon,
Yeah.
and all this other stuff. For now, we get into Gina, and even Andy's like talking about her hunky husband that we haven't seen, and she says straight up, he would have lost his job if he would have appeared on the show.
I wish we would
There's-
have known that since the beginning, because we kept on questioning and questioning and questioning it.
Well,
and if we would have known, we would have been
We
like,
questioned
okay.
a lot of things about her divorce, but I don't think we ever questioned that he existed.
No, of course not. But the fact that he wasn't, never showed his face or never
Yeah.
like an image of him.
I mean, I kind of figured it had to do with the job. Either that or he was just really embarrassed that they were going to get a divorce and that it was going to all
I
end
thought
up.
it was that, actually. I didn't know it was work.
So, I mean, everyone has a different perspective. But somebody tweeted me about the wedding photo, which is so interesting.
Where
Cause,
he is backwards.
yes, somebody was like, why would she post that? There is just something fishy about this. And,
He's showing his face.
and I'm just like, oh, I love Twitter. But it's just...
I mean, she's having her moment. It's her wedding.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say though, you
gorgeous.
know that the photographer takes 1,000 photos at 1,000 different angles. She chose to put that one up because she doesn't want his face to show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense.
And that's the only image we've ever seen, by the way, of them two together on,
On the show, really?
Yes.
That is so funny.
You
no
have
wonder
to pause
that.
your DVR and look through like their family photos on the counter or something.
Not even.
No wonder
well,
that
maybe,
tweet
yeah.
was so fired up. I love it. Keep
Yeah.
the tweets coming.
Yes.
But yeah, you know what? Somehow we go back to Vicki and the whole believing in God thing, and I'm just like, moral compass. Why are we talking about Vicki again? I feel like the whole episode was about her. What broke my heart was when we just go back to Gina because she's like, I'm not even going to entertain this. Like, I'll just say I'm agnostic. I don't know what I believe. I guess that's what that means, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone is allowed to believe whatever they're allowed to believe. Everybody, that's what makes the world go round, is us being different.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't go crazy when someone is of a different religion or of a different political party. I think we should all simmer.
Spread love, y'all.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Spread love.
It is what it is, you guys. It is what it is. So let's just try to get to a solution at this point. So I don't think fighting with each other about this kind of stuff really, really works. So
And also when Gina was, you know, when they were getting really into Gina and her whole situation, I really did like how Kelly was like looking at her and would throw like side comments at her and have her back. Like I felt like they both had each other's back at certain points. And even when
Kelly is cool with, she can be cool
even
like
when
that.
Vicki was attacking Kelly, like Gina was just like, yeah, that's not a good thing to do. Like, what were you thinking? It was just kind of like that voice of reason, I think, that Kelly needed. So I don't necessarily think she was by herself.
Well, the
but
three
I
of
like
them have really clicked this season because the three or the Tres Amigas had their own vibe going on.
Oh, totally.
So
Kelly
they had
kind of
to-
morphed in there.
She was with the young ones.
We finally really dug into Gina a little bit, and it broke my heart. She said, he's never looked at me and been like, wow, you look so beautiful. And I'm just like...
In all that time?
I know.
Well, you have to think it's like young love. In the beginning, you don't really know how to like. I guess you're like boyfriend training wheels. Like you're supposed to kind of break up, go off, and then come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they just like they've been together since they were very, very young. So I feel like all the mistakes were just taken out on her. Maybe I don't know. Relationships are very hard. I've been in
she's
one
at
for
a
a
low
really long
point right
time,
now.
so I can say they're very, very difficult. It's work.
I think she's at a low point right now, but it's going to be interesting to see if they bring her back next season, what she's going to do. Because I think, she's young.
She deserves
has
a Prince Charming.
Yeah, and she has a lot. I mean, business-wise, too. She could, I don't know what her passions are, but I think that there is space for her on the show.
Oh, 1,000%. I feel like fashion.
I know, but
It's more
even
down
just
her
love.
realm.
Right now, I'm thinking about her heart and the fact that no one has said to her that you look beautiful. Like, come on. She deserves some guy, a hunky guy, to tell her that she looks gorgeous and then just, like, make out with her and throw her on the couch.
Well,
You
she's
know
an
what I mean?
hour away from LA, so there's a lot of guys out here, I'm sure, that will love her.
Exactly. I mean, Matt's a hunk and stuff, and she respects him. I mean, she cries that she feels bad that she has to just be honest and say the truth. Like, he's not a good husband. He's a great father, and I see him say this amazing things to my daughter, but he doesn't say those things to me as a wife, and that's what I'm missing.
Yeah.
So it's clicking to me. It's all clicking for me.
It was kind of like a little closure that we needed too.
It did.
Now I'm like, okay, I understand. I get where she's coming from, and I feel like as us watching, we're able to put the pieces together and
It
figure
took
it out.
time to get the whole piece together when we were at the end of
Totally.
the season.
I still want to know though if he's a little promiscuous though.
Uh-oh. Well, before we go any further, we have an announcement here. AfterBuzzers, our network, produces after shows for all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi. There's no other network that does that. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow, which we would really appreciate. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel, and check out our other AfterBuzz TV YouTube channels as well. Let us know in the comments that you did. We'll shout you out next week on air. For now, thanks for making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of talk.
Yes, the ESPN of talk. Subscribe. We'll
There's
shout
no
you
one
out.
like us.
No.
Exactly. We actually started this whole everyone has a podcast now.
I know.
Everyone loves to talk about Real Housewives. Let's
For
just say
Bravo.
AfterBuzz TV, they have been doing this for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
thank
geez.
you to Maria and Kevin for letting us do this and jump on this
Amen.
platform. I love what I do. I love the fans. So thank you for being in the chat with us.
Yes.
Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following us on all social media platforms at Hollywood Leanne. Let's keep it going though.
Nice plug in there.
Yes, plug.
Okay.
Let's get into we get into some dark areas,
Starts getting cloudy.
It starts getting, we're getting off the Gina train, but we're not fully off. I don't know what's going on with you guys, but my DirecTV has been really, really fuzzy.
It has been. It
Every
chops
single
things, right?
episode. And it's really pissing me off.
Mine didn't.
I don't understand,
I have no
and I
idea.
don't get the point of that. Do
don't
I
know
have to
what's happening.
switch to a different, carrier or
I
something?
was thinking that. I'm like, what is
Spectrum,
going on?
that's what I have.
It's
It
always
didn't-
during, the
nothing
best times, too. Like, when two people are about to kiss, and all of a sudden,
They did that on Atlanta too, right?
Every single show, I'm telling
Wild.
you.
Yeah.
Not for me.
They're talking about if you're not getting any at home, you're going to venture out. Kelly and Vicki are on this agreement for some reason, and they're like, yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yes. And Gina and Shannon are saying, look, I'm just saying that the relationship is not good. That's why he's going out and look for it. We want to know, put it in the chat. Do you guys agree? Like, if your relationship isn't solid, if you guys are not being intimate, are you going to go out and look for it? Shannon was like, I don't believe that. And Andy jumped in being all shady, and he was like, yeah, but David was out getting something.
Yeah, it's always the guy who goes out and does it first before the woman. And the woman's always the one that says, you know what, I've had enough. I'm not going to deal with this, and I'm going to put the divorce. It happened to Shannon. It happened to Kelly. I feel like
So you're saying females are not the type to just, are going to go out and...
No, I don't. I think it's mostly like a male thing for them to just go out and venture out.
I kind of agree. I hate to be like...
I know. I hate that too. I
But
really
it's
do.
kind of
but
true.
It's just seeing how all of them have gone
Not
on divorce.
everyone's like that. Obviously, there's some women that are like, I'm going to go get my own.
But Kelly
That's
is
fine.
like that. She's the type of woman who would be like, I don't care. I'm going to go out and get it. But she did it after she got divorced.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. And then we just really get into the thick of it. Even though they were agreeing for a little second, it was weird.
Weird.
They were doing that
was.
throughout the
Weird.
episode. They were doing that throughout. So she was like, yes, I totally agree with you, Kelly. And I'm just like, you're crucifying her right now. How are you like, it was so strange. Let's get into it. Andy said it best. He said, the cover-up is worse than the crime. Kelly tweeted, douchebag, your girlfriend is a pig. That is pretty severe. Here's the thing, though.
At first, I was like, who is this girlfriend?
I think that Vicki has been holding on to this. And that's why she went on the double date.
She saved it for Mad Day.
Yeah,
She
I
did.
feel like it happened accidentally, but then when she started getting mad and she was like, I'm going to go and watch What Happens Live and say that I went on a double date again. Like, it just went out of control because, Vicki, if you punch her, she's going to punch you back. It's just going to hurt more.
Now, do we think Michael actually said all of these things?
I don't think so.
My theory is that probably Vicki kept on like feeding him drinks, and then he kept on spilling more and more stuff, and then maybe something slipped out, and she's like,
she
I'm
would
gonna
right
take
here.
this.
She would take the little facts and then just...
Oh,
because
yeah.
the thing is, you could just be drunk and be like, yeah, I just feel like she's not around.
Yeah.
And just take that and be
Because
like, that's
he
a fact.
probably feels
That's exactly what
lonely.
happened.
He said that you're not around.
They used to live together. They don't live together anymore. So definitely it's a big change. So
I
maybe
could
that's
see Michael
why.
getting drunk and be like, shit, 14 years of hell.
That's the only way I can picture it. I don't picture him saying anything like this sober. Or
Yeah, no.
I just don't. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It was getting really ugly.
Yeah.
It was getting really ugly. I don't know. I know that Vicki holds grudges though, and it's not good. And Vicki goes deep and she twists the knife. She says they are not friends with Michael at all. She's like, we're not friends with Michael at all. But I do know that he has a girlfriend because I saw him I saw him at the parade
July.
for Huntington Beach,
Yeah.
and he showed up with her, and we met her. So that means you talked to her. I'm just like, I can't with you. I can't with you. She's just, oh man.
Then they asked her if she had proof of the whole cocaine
No,
allegation.
she
And
doesn't.
she's like, no, I don't. It's
And
just what I've
then
heard.
what was really interesting, I don't know if anybody else caught this, you guys. She was like, that's just what we heard.
I
And
got
she
that
went like
part.
this.
Oh, yeah.
And Shannon was like frozen. She did not move at all. She just was like,
But was she alluding to the fact that her and Shannon knew, or we meaning her and Steve?
No,
I don't
Shannon.
know.
And then Tamra looked too, because she didn't say a word. So I think the three of them heard it from someone.
I don't know. It's just really dark.
Well,
I
some
don't think
people
you
say
should
that-
go that route. I think it was too below the... I'm mad at Vicki, you guys.
Well,
Someone.
I think with Vicki, some people have been saying, like, I'm sure that there might be a little bit of truth to it, because where would she could have said any other drug.
Well, I'm just
I'm
going to
hoping
keep
it's
it real. And I follow a lot of blogs and a lot of Orange County groups and a lot of Bravo groups. And I've been hearing that Kelly's brother is like the one has said this before publicly as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it gets
I don't
even
know if
messier.
that's true. It's just from the blogs. We all know
allegedly.
We all know the blogs can be 50-50.
Did you guys see Kelly's story last night on her Instagram?
No.
Well, she had her daughter on, and
Oh,
then her
she called
daughter
her a
called.
bitch.
Oh yeah, called Vicki a
Vicki
bitch.
a bitch,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, she is being a bitch, and even though it's just disappointing because she can just play so dirty. I love Vicki; she's the OG, but at the same time, like
tired.
I don't want her to be doing this kind of stuff.
No, it's
She really
messy.
went there. I think she was really pissed off. This was the most mad we've ever seen her.
She's like, don't talk about my ass. I just got it done. Don't you dare talk. Do you know how much money I paid for this fat transfer? Don't you be calling me a fat ass. You do cocaine. You do cocaine.
Her farts are deadly, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. She was like, she's a fart. She's silent but deadly.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to kill your whole family. I'm just like, she called you a fart. So you throw out cocaine. Like, come on.
It's not nice. It's rude.
But I just don't like the way she treats people. I'm like, you guys have all treated people like crap. All of you.
Yeah. And they've all said some very nasty things to each
Exactly. Andy asked, if she would have came to you, like, would it have been okay? Like, you know what I mean? This whole thing from the beginning. And she's, yes, everything would have been okay. But, Vicki was just really gunning for it. That's when she brought up the 14 years of hell. And that's when we saw the clip from Watch What Happens Live when she says, like, I stand by everything. And I'm not going to tell Kelly anything. It's none of her business. And yeah, I went out with Michael. So, she's
still trying to cut her, too. There was, like,
really
those side
is.
comments that was trying to cut her. It was
I don't
obvious.
understand it. They really started going at it. That's when, they go to break and she calls Michael and this whole lying thing comes up.
Yeah.
Liza Minnelli lies.
Did anybody find it funny where she was like, I don't do drugs, and she's like downing the champagne at the same time?
I did not notice. I was like, drink.
I
girl,
read that
drink,
I was looking at the hairdresser the whole time fluffing her hair, and then it would get so severe she would back up, and then she would go back. It's like, he said I did cocaine.
Yeah, but it was good too that Michael was on the phone because he's like, no, calm down.
That was good that he was on
No,
the phone.
and I
Never
feel like
done
he
this
said
before.
all the right things.
He did.
She did let him know at the very top, you're on camera.
Yeah, but then when Vicki says like the 14 years and all that, destroying every year,
It's just
even
not
prior.
right. It's just not right. I'm glad that, this is like Vicki's whole defense is that, Michael said. This is just what Michael said. I can't help what Michael has told me. Well, Michael denies all of this. So that's when Gina says, it's not okay. Everything you guys say to each other, it is not okay.
Aw, Gina.
And that's why she wins for
MVP.
MVP for biggest heart and biggest outfit train wreck. Gina, we love you.
Yeah.
She did great.
You did so good
Gina
for
did
your
so
first,
good for her
first season.
Yeah, she didn't look nervous. Neither did
She looked bright.
shining bright like
She's
a
gonna
diamond.
work on hair and makeup. We talked about it when we went to dinner because we're friends. She said she's gonna just work on the hair and makeup. She just didn't know. You just competing against professionals. It's a learning experience.
Can we get into our tweets?
Let's get into tweets. We have a lot to tweet about.
Tweets.
Tweets, and we have a lot to talk about. Make sure you're tweeting us, letting us know what you're doing.
This is my favorite segment of our show. This is Your Tweets with Thomas. Here we go. Sue, OMG. Kelly Dodd says Vicki
Hold
has
on, Sue Cohen. Is this Andy Cohen's mom?
What?
Oh no, that's
Says-
Evelyn Cohen.
Oh.
says Vicki has a big ass, so Vicki attacks her with drug accusations and parenting lies. At Andy, if Vicki isn't fired after this season, shame on at Bravo TV. I am sick of watching this.
So true.
People are talking about this. She might be the new Phaedra. They want her gone. And Kelly said on Twitter, I'm not going to come back if Vicki comes back. She's like, how could I? How could I come back from that? How can I face her?
Yeah.
She's like, what kind of example would I set for my daughter? So the gauntlet is set.
Yeah. Kelly
She's-
said it. She's
she's
like, I'm
saying-
not coming back next season if Vicki is there.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Garrett, did I fabricate an entire season? Kelly Dodd spent more time with filming with her daughter than the rest of the Housewives this season. Here's hoping that this is the last season with Vicki Gunvalson. Proves how vile that woman can be.
Yep.
Moving along. This one's from Pat. I never thought I would be Team Kelly, but
Thanks,
bitch,
Pat.
here I am.
Hold on. His handle is Hoko Homo.
Thanks, Pat.
That's so true. I never thought I'd find myself being Team
No,
Kelly.
I love
but
Kelly. Kelly brings it, even though she's so inappropriate. She called Heather Dubrow a "see you next Tuesday."
I know.
For that, she wins everything.
That was just a little too
This
much
is from
for me.
KO's sister. I still can't quite understand how Vicki remains in business, spreading and starting horrible rumors about people. If Phaedra had to go for spreading horrendous rumors, then Vicki needs to go too.
That's so true.
I couldn't pull any other tweets because these are the type of tweets that were coming out.
People
saw them
are
too,
really
yeah.
upset with Vicki. People are really really pissed off at Vicki. I mean, she really went there.
Doxy
Talk
Mama,
about my ass, I'm bringing up cocaine. The tweets continue.
Doxy Mama says Kelly needs to accept the fact that Vicki was only her friend because Vicki was on the outs with Tamra and Shannon at the time and needed an ally.
true.
Why is she expecting loyalty? I don't know.
That's true.
We have
Everybody was
more and
questioning
more.
Kelly last season. Like, why are you siding on? What's the issue?
And keep
Alicia
going.
has, wow, part 1 was rough with Shannon's face. Exactly what we're thinking.
Shannon really had the most honest face throughout the entire
Yeah.
reunion. She was mortified, as I was. I couldn't believe what was happening. They just all needed to simmer down. And I wanted to see more of everybody else. I was really just getting kind of sick of Vicki.
It was like a Vicki episode. Tamara hates that Vicki is in love, Terry says. Do we believe this? I wanted to pull this up just to see in the chat what people think.
Tamara hates that Vicki is in love.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. I don't think
No.
she's that hateful. She's just two-faced.
Whitney says clearly, Kelly spends time with her daughter and we watch all season. They have a unique and amazing relationship. She supports her daughter's dreams and also teaches her to give back. Shame on you, Vicki.
You know what? If freaking Vicki goes, maybe Tamara should go as well.
It's-
I
gonna
don't
be
think
interesting.
Tamara will ever leave.
Well, she didn't start the show either.
No, but she's been hanging on
She has
forever.
been. She has
I
been.
see in the chat that some people aren't upset with Vicki. She's the OG of the OC.
News and gossip?
News and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, you guys. So I found this article saying that Vicki feels betrayed by her boyfriend Steve's shocking divorce secrets. According to Radar Online, has just been digging up so much information about him, and she said that all this stuff coming out about
It's
Steve's.
the next one, Josh.
Oh no, I didn't send it. Sorry, guys. I didn't
Oh, but you
send
can
it.
bring up this picture. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Sources close to Vicki say all of the stuff coming out about Steve's past marriages have thrown Vicki for a head spin because she didn't know any of it.
Yes.
So she knew that Steve and her exes had not ended in such great terms. In the papers obtained by Radar Online from the divorce, it stated that his ex-wife claimed that Steve had been sharing an apartment with his girlfriend at the time, which
Ooh.
goes against their religious beliefs. 5 years later, Steve got married again to his ex-wife, again citing irreconcilable differences. But the whole thing was that he had an extra affair. It's just affair after affair, appeared at a hotel. Yes, and then going after his exes. So a lot of stuff keeps on being digged out about him.
And then Vicki Gunvalson reveals who Kelly Dodd, told her to use cocaine, but it fires back claims of hypocrisy just because Michael's flat out denying all of this. It's Vicki's word against Michael.
Well, he's going to stand by his wife and the daughter
know.
of their child.
And that's what
The
Kelly
father
said
of their
on the
child.
show. She's like, Michael's always going to have my back. And that's when that's when Vicki really wanted to dig in and just really, I feel she was just trying to be very hateful. You don't want to do that. You don't want to get in the middle of that. They're fine the way they are. I think it was just getting too dirty. We also found this picture of Gina and Matt and their family. This is it. He is so cute,
he is
isn't
a
he?
hunk.
Oh,
That little boy
yes.
looks just like him.
The kids are really, really
Adorable.
cute. The family is just very attractive. But yes, the article says why Gina and her husband are getting divorced. And it's basically just what we heard on the show. It's just a childhood love. It's a young love that has its expiration date. They're just both growing in two different directions. And I feel like his business has a lot to do with it as well. I feel like when you're getting really, really successful in your business, sometimes your personal life suffers and it does go on the back burner.
Yep.
And we all know Devil Wears Prada when he says, let me know when your whole life goes up in flames. That means it's time for a promotion.
Ooh.
Very
That
true.
is so true.
And we have this picture of Vicki that we brought up that we found on the internet. Liza Minnelli Lies. Let's pull it up.
Hey, old chum, come to the cabaret.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
I love this photo.
And the broom. It's
For you
time
guys-
for
Minnelli.
a holiday.
With the casserole.
Life
For those
is
of
a
you who are listening
cabaret,
and are
old
not
chum.
watching, it's a picture of
Come to
Vicki Gunvalson dressed like Liza Minnelli holding a casserole and it says lies.
Liza Minnelli.
Lies. Lies. Liza Minnelli lies. Because
Tamra
Vicki
was laughing her ass off. Like, it was just so funny.
I mean, Vicky's just, I feel like she's just reaching. I feel like she is lying about the Coke thing. I don't know if that was really something that we heard. I feel like it would have been thrown into the storyline way, you know what I mean? Why save it for the reunion?
Because the season wasn't all that great. Maybe they knew that.
They needed an explosive ending.
I don't know. It looks like there's still some exploding to come. Emily's still
Because if nobody,
on
if you
everybody.
think somebody was watching and they didn't watch the whole season, if they saw this, it'd be like, what kind of show is this? You know, like they did a really great job.
Can I say I'm waiting for Emily to pull up that binder that she had because it looked like she had so much content in there.
Let's talk about
Yes.
predictions.
Predicting.
Predictions.
All right, go, Maite.
I'm going to predict exactly what I said right now. I feel like Emily is going to bring out all the proof that she needs and is going to basically throw shade at everyone. That's my theory.
I'm predicting Shannon and Gina are going to have like they're going to hug it out. They're going to do something.
I like that.
They're going to do something.
I like where Thomas is going with that. I feel like it's really going to come to head. I feel like Emily's going to have a lot to say because we have to forget the whole Kelly and the I'm going to kill you thing hasn't really surfaced yet. So I feel like there's a lot more explosions to come. You can follow us here on Monday nights. We only have a couple more episodes. We're going to really get into it. Follow us on all social media platforms at Hollywood Leanne. And make sure to just keep watching us because I'm doing Real Housewives of Atlanta in 10 minutes on AfterBuzz Reality. So just stay tuned. Go get a drink of water and come back and watch me do Atlanta.
Yes. Hey guys, I'm Thomas Erlina. Watch my YouTube series, Your Time with Thomas. Follow me everywhere on social media at Thomas Erlina. And stay connected with me.
Hey guys, I'm Maite Carrillo. You can find me everywhere at This Is Maite. And reunion part 2 of Shaws of Sunset this Thursday at 8.
Vicki or Kelly, let us know. Bye, AfterBuzzers.
Bye guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.